Okay, today we've got some Python code in Excel just for analysing prices. That's the daily changes. If anyone's interested, it's just log B3 over B2. But we're not using the changes data. We're estimating the t distribution empirically with Python straight from the closed data of QQQ prices. QQQ represents the NASDAQ index. It's the ETF by, I'm not sure which company, Vanguard or whoever, that measures the NASDAQ as an exchange-traded fund. The difference between an exchange-traded fund over the NASDAQ and the NASDAQ itself is the NASDAQ has a basket of shares, but not physically. They're mostly tech stocks in the NASDAQ, as everyone knows, whereas an ETF actually probably to a half or a tenth or of whatever keeps those actual shares as physical stocks, mimicking the actual index with actual shares, but generally to a tenth of the value of the actual index or something. I'm not sure what the actual ratio is. But anyway, we'll get on to the code. We'll bring it up. Now, where is it? Formulas, editor. That's the Python code. It will be available. That's for the degrees of freedom, and that's for the image. For some reason I couldn't get them to work together in one piece of code, but it doesn't matter. The degrees of freedom is 5, which is pretty standard for ETFs like the SPY, which is the S&P 500, and NASDAQ and IWM, and which is the Russell 2000, and others, in a generally stable situation. Now remember that to be normally distributed according to the normal assumption, they shouldn't have 5 degrees of freedom. They should have approximately 20 to 30 degrees of freedom to even approximate a normal distribution. So you can see they are way more kurtotic and skewed, or fat tails, and what you would find with a real normal curve. And here's the chart you'll see here. You can see there's a lot more tail events, a lot more. And it's that is an overlaid normal curve, and it's way above that. It's kurtotic, way above it. And the last year there hasn't been a lot of extreme tail events. That's minus 0.3. I think it's only gone out to about, well, I'm not sure. I'd have to check the data, but it's been a pretty good year, a good bull run for most people, especially the QQQ. There's no indication that it's going to end soon from anything here, but this isn't where it would be detected. But don't take my advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't recommend anything. I personally don't buy QQQ even in good times, so don't ask me. That's the chart, and that's the degrees of freedom. I hope you find that helpful. The reason why I wanted to show the code for how to estimate this T distribution and the degrees of freedom is because I'll use it a lot in my future options trading talks. Okay, thanks, bye.